Good day, everybody. Today we're sitting here with Eloy, a representative of the Irish community within dance, community, and art. So, thanks for coming here.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you, everybody. So, a little bit about me. My name is Eloy Quezada. I'm from Venezuela, and I moved here 12 years ago. I'm a choreographer and a dance teacher as well, and pretty much I'm involved in the dance community here in Ireland. So I'm happy to talk about that process and that journey and how is the dance community right now in the city.
So, it's very interesting because both Steph and I are new here in Ireland
Mm-hmm.
and pretty a lot of different other people as well.
Mm-hmm.
And how did it come? You came here to Ireland as an immigrant yourself and
Mm-hmm.
started up.
Yeah, it was a very interesting process because at the moment I was dancing back at home. I already was like a very established dance teacher there. But then there was a certain situation going on in my country, and also myself as an artist. I wanted to do new things. I already have traveled to Brazil a couple of times to teach over there, to learn the language, and I said, you know what, now I want to go somewhere else and I want to be able to learn another language, was English. Funny enough, my best friend was moving here, and then when I told him that, oh, I want to move somewhere where I want to learn English, and then he's like, why you don't move with me to Ireland? Ireland, I have no idea where Ireland was, and I ended up saying, you know what, I think this is the perfect opportunity. This is the perfect sign to move somewhere else. And then within 3 months, I cut everything, I left everything, and I moved to Ireland. Also because I knew that the country was going through a lot of crisis, economic crisis, so I knew that in the couple of years the country would get worse, and I thought that would be my only opportunity to leave the country before everything exploded, and I left literally in the right time.
Yeah, because it was on the news, which happening in
Mm-hmm.
Venezuela, shortage of economy, a
Yeah.
lot of violence and
Yeah.
such. So it's a huge difference for you to come to a place like Ireland. And how would you say for other people with immigrant background
Mm.
to start in a new country
Yeah.
where you don't know anything?
Yeah, I think the most difficult part obviously is the language, because for example when I arrived here, my English was zero, like literally. I remember, still remember my first phone call on the phone. It was a nightmare. I started sweating. I was nervous. I couldn't understand what the person told me. It was very nerve wracking, but I think the language was the most difficult part, and also the fact, for example, maybe for Europeans it's easier, but for me about the visas, and you had to go to classes and stuff like that. There is another layer of, it's a little bit more difficult for us. For example, for me that I came from Latin America, I think the visas, the different culture as well, it was a very impactful thing. But with the time, you get to get used to the culture, to get used to everything what's going on. I already can speak English much better, so I think the most difficult thing would be the language and also the situation with the visas and the stay here. Yeah.
As you said, with the language barrier,
Mm.
but we know you are a really good dancer,
Mm.
expression and such.
Mm.
Has that helped you with not being able to communicate in a certain language?
Mm.
Has it helped you to express yourself more within your body expression than you would have done in your home country?
Yeah, definitely dance give me an extra confidence to try new things, to try to communicate. And sometimes the way I could communicate a lot when I couldn't express myself with my voice in English was with my face, with my gestures and stuff like that. So definitely dance have helped me to improve the way I communicate in every way, especially at the beginning when I couldn't communicate properly, articulate phrases and conversation in English. Yeah, dance helped me a lot and also helped me to be confident, and in the way I try to express the language, and try to communicate with other people. Obviously, also give me the freedom. When I start teaching, it was a little bit hard, but now it give me the confidence, and now I can teach in English as well. So it's another layer of skills that, oh, now I can teach in English. So give me more confidence. You know.
And do you think that also give confidence to other people who has hard time with maybe if they stutter or have some difficulties with the languages and such, dance can really help to express?
Yeah, definitely, because I have had students that they don't speak no English in class, and then they learn the dance by looking, and then they make community, they meet new people, and then these new people help them to learn the language as well. So definitely, dancing, when you dance, you get empowered, and then people start getting more confident in learning the language and speaking and try to communicate and connect with other people. So I definitely think that dancing help people to get more confident and to express themselves, and also have the freedom to move, even though you don't understand the language, but you can move without saying anything. So
Yeah. And how do you feel like for yourself to express it through dance? How did it come that you wanted to start dancing? Was it from when you were a little kid, or did you see anything from a particular movie or TV show that was like, that's what I want to do?
That's what I want to do. Definitely was. I didn't know. How can I express this? I didn't know I wanted to do this, but I always was good at it.
Yeah.
I remember I was dancing when I was like 7 years old, 7, 8, 9, until 10 or 11. I was dancing traditional dancing from my country, and I was so good at it because I was I was a little kid, but I have talent for it, and my mom would always bring me there. And then after that, I remember I would watch with my grandmother ballroom dancing, like cha-cha-cha and stuff like that. She would call me, Eloy, there is the competition, there you go, this competition, sports dancing, something like that. And then we would sit watching for hours, and I think that made me like, oh, this is beautiful. I would love one day to do this. And then by the time I was like 14, I say, you know what, I think I want to do this. And then I moved to capital because I finished high school in my hometown. I moved to the capital, and immediately the first thing I did was start trying places where I can start dancing.
Yeah.
So it was like a little discovering for me, but it was something that I always wanted. And I remember one day I wrote down in a paper. I was like a 15 or something like that. I want to do a journalist, I want to do an international choreographer, and I want to do polyglot. So far I have achieved 2, which is journalist, because I'm journalist graduated back home. I'm international choreographer, but I need one more language, so I don't know when I'm gonna get that one. So
Swedish,
maybe
Yeah.
Spanish, yeah. I was thinking French as well because I love French, but let's see how it goes. I definitely need to learn one more.
So the child you, if you could meet yourself when you were a kid, you didn't know anything, you had all these dreams and aspirations, and as you said, now you have 2, now you have 1 left. What would you say to your young self?
Maybe we can.
Pause.
A young kid and such. You didn't know where to go. You had dreams and aspirations. What would you tell yourself if you could meet yourself?
Oh. Well, I definitely would say that. I was very brave. I was very independent. I was so proud of myself. I would tell myself a little bit, try to relay a little bit in other people, because I remember since I was a kid, I was very independent. Like all my aunties would help my nephews and nieces, and my mom and my other brothers, to help them to do the homework, and I would do it myself.
Yeah.
I would try to. I was always very independent. I started working when I was 12. Making my own money.
You were very independent.
Since I was a kid, so I would say that I'm very proud that I did that at the young age, And maybe I would say relay a little bit more in people and don't take everything to yourself. But I'm pretty much that I'm very proud and that everything is gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Because I always felt a little bit like an outsider in my home, in my own hometown, because I felt like, oh, there is something more for me somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I would see people around me like being comfortable being there, which is nice because at the end of the day, my path can be the same as yours. But in my case, I feel like I need to leave. There is something more for me out there rather than just stay in my hometown. That's why when I was 15, I moved to capital, and then after that, when I could, I moved here. So yeah, I definitely everything is gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah,
And I think more people should think that as well. But
definitely.
during those times, it can be really stressful. And when you started to get more into dancing, you remember a specific time. Maybe you were on a stage. Maybe you felt like, shit, no, I messed up. But you noticed the public, everybody was like sharing on. And did that give anything to you that you wanted?
Yeah, definitely. At the beginning, for me also was a big challenge because always been overweight. It was a problem that I always deal with since I was a kid. So when I was 15, I was already 100 kilos, so I was big, you know. So for me, it was a little bit of encouraged. I think that's the same reason when I told you I was very independent. I entered in jazz class, contemporary class, hip hop classes, and I was these huge kids that everybody was like, and in that moment was like everybody was like, oh, okay, well, he probably gonna stay here 2 weeks, and this fat kid, what he's doing here, And then I remember that at some point I had to motivate myself, and then it's like, you know what, I already paid my money here, let me just enjoy it, let me just do it. And then that's how I start. And then after when I start performing, people say, oh my god, you do it really well. And then that started motivating me even more. So definitely the people opinions right now doesn't matter to me much. I always take the best and the worst from every comment and any suggestion, but I feel like other people's opinion shouldn't move you too much, because either the good one can make you feel a little bit delusional, or make your ego go higher. And when you hear too much people negativity, you're gonna negative comments, you're gonna feel bad, and then you're gonna leave everything that you are working so hard for.
Yeah.
So I feel like it had to be some sort of balance between filtering every comment, either good or bad, and then making your own, and use you for yourself to grow.
And for you, because now you're a teacher, you're well established here. And how does it feel for you? Because you came here, didn't speak English, we're having a conversation right now. I see you perform as well, and it's really good.
Yeah.
So how does it feel for you now that you're teaching people? How does that feel to be able to create and see from other people when they come to your class, they also want to learn?
Yeah, it feels really good. I'm very proud of myself for achieving all those things. It's not easy, especially when I moved here. I moved here in 2014. There was not too many things going on in dance. Definitely there were some classes there, but it's not like all the community that is built right now. So I'm so proud that I trust on myself. I didn't give up, and I kept going. And everything is working out. Now you can see more classes every week. A lot of teachers coming from abroad, and Irish teachers as well, obviously. But yeah, definitely so proud, and I feel honored as well for being part of the old school that they call me, the OGs, because I've been teaching since more than a long time.
That's a belt on its own.
Yeah, especially because I couldn't speak English at the beginning. I used to make a fun fact. When I start teaching, I wouldn't speak English. So I said, I need to learn how to teach. I need to learn how to teach. I need to learn how to teach. So I used to go to this gym, and then any random person who would see me dancing, and they would ask me, And I would say, oh my God, I can teach you a class. I can teach you a choreo. Because in my head, I wanted to train how to say up, down, turn, groove, all the things.
The small steps.
Yeah, so I would get these random people from the gym who never danced before, and I would teach them a little class, 15-minute class. So for me to practice. Now we're gonna step here. So that was how I start learning how to teach in English by myself. And then after that, I was able to, now I'm able to teach a full class in English. So.
I think from my perspective, from what I hear, if I would be a student and hear that and also see, because you have a lot of joy from it, I would have joy from it.
Yeah.
And if I would have doubts, because I was adopted when I was young, I also had a little struggle with the Swedish. So I used my hands for expression and such. And then I had another one that took step by step with me.
Yeah.
And then I felt like, but I feel connection with it, and I can see that they also had struggles, but they're enjoying it.
Yeah.
And from there, I started to climb more up with the Swedish. And I think that also why people want to be around you, they call you and such. So that's very inspirational.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel like I like always focus on the positive side. Yeah. People is going through a lot. People is working, stressed, going through a lot at work and everything. So I always try to base my class in positive energy. Actually, I always try to go in a positive approach when it goes to correcting and stuff like that. Sometimes that pisses me off, I don't wanna lie. And I have to be harsh a little bit because I wanted to improve. But 99% I always go to the positive side because at the end of the day we are going through a lot right now, everybody as a whole, and so I don't think I want people when they go to my class to live better as a person. You know what I mean? So and inspired as well.
And something that is inspiring for me because I'm very new within the dance community and such, and most of the help I got from Steph and from the school I've seen before. But something with the dance community that's different from the martial art community is that I noticed it's a lot of women who dance it and guys as well. And how do you feel like, how is it with unisex training in it? How do you feel like having a group of both girls and boys and teaching?
Yeah. I think right here is very hard to see unless it's in freestyle. Normally, hip hop freestyle, popping, locking, breaking is when you see most of the guys.
Yeah.
For example, in my classes, 98% of the students are girls.
Yeah.
Especially because sometimes my style can be a little bit feminine sometimes, and sometimes I go to hip hop, sometimes I go jazz funk. I always bounce between one and the other, so I can understand why there is not too many guys in my class. But yeah, I think like in the dance community, actually in Ireland, I think culturally, when you think about a guy, you think more about rugby and W.I.A. curling, all these sports, and then when it comes to girls, I think girls are more allowed to be in dance. But now there is a lot of guys training right now dance, but I feel like it's more in the hip hop freestyle area.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe enough for a little bit, but for example, in my classes, the majority of the people is girls, but it's fine. I have teach unisex anywhere. So.
I think that's very good because when I grew up in Sweden or other places as well, when I attended school, if somebody heard, but he's a guy, he's dancing, he's probably gay or whatever. But then they saw Michael Jackson, he's dancing around. Chris Brown, he's doing this good. And everybody's like, damn, we all should dance. But then they hear somebody who's a guy dance, then they're like, no, guys are not supposed to do that. So it's a very hypocrite climate from general people until it's very professional and such. How do you think, how did you feel about it when you tell people you're dancing?
How you feel people when people say I'm dancing?
Now, if somebody's doing asking, what do you do? You're a dancer and such.
Okay.
Do you feel like,
Yeah, I feel like sometimes when I tell people that I'm a dancer, they're oh, and that's the only thing you do. And I had to explain like, well, yeah, that's I teach, I dance, I perform. Sometimes I work in movie, in TV shows, because people don't expect, and sometimes I feel still here in Ireland, they don't see dancing as a primary career,
mm-hmm.
which is understandable because it's a very unstable career.
It's very hard to get in,
and very hard to maintain yourself for years doing
Yeah.
the same thing and taking care of yourself, paying your bills and stuff like that. Actually, I was talking with a staff that sometimes you can have 20 students in a class and the next month you have 3 students. So it's always vary. So it's not like you go a 9 to 5 and you already know that you're gonna get paid that amount of money every month. So you already make your budget out of it. So as an artist, you have to be able to navigate that variations and work out on other things. Sometimes you're gonna have to work in a bar for a couple of months or try to work in some other stuff in 3 months or stuff like that, so you can kind of navigate the financial,
Yeah.
difficulties that it comes to being an artist. But it's possible to manage if you are a person that who can manage yourself financially. I think it's possible to do that. A lot of hard work, but we have a lot of people here in Ireland, in Dublin actually, that is example that you can do.
Yeah. And how do you feel like for yourself being a dancer? What is a dancer for you? And what is a good dancer?
Yeah, I think a good dancer had to be passion for what they do. Definitely you have to be technique, but I think the most important thing is the heart. The heart is your mind, the facial expression. And this hunger to keep dancing and keep improving yourself. I have seen thousands of dancers, and sometimes you see these dancers that they dance so perfect, but it's kind of empty. There is nothing inside here. You cannot feel anything. So it's more about look at me, look what I can do. And I think right now, I think it's more about what you can feel and you can make the other people feel. I always say to my students that we have to receive the music and we have to project the music to the other people.
Yeah.
How they feel, how they live after they see you dancing. Are they better as a person? Are you influencing them to be better people? Are you entertaining people? Because you have to entertain. That's the other thing that sometimes we forget. Dancing is for you first, but also for the other people because they are watching you, and you have to entertain people. And I feel like dancing make you feel like, for example, in my case, make me feel so free. Sometimes I blaming in dance things that probably I won't do in a normal setting. I always say to my people, like, if it weren't for dancing, my life would be so boring because I'm a very quiet person. I just go home, just watch some movies, stuff like that. But when I go dancing, I become somebody else in the sense of I feel more confidence. And when I'm dancing, it's like I can dance like Beyonce and stuff like that. And sometimes it's like, oh, you are sexy, like you are very feminine sometimes, like yeah, but I can be masculine and stuff. So it's like I always blaming on the dancing because I enjoy so much and I allow myself to, to be taken by the dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And who was the dancer that you felt like, wow, this is an inspiration?
My inspiration, oh, definitely had to be by Brian Friedman. Check him out. He is the choreographer, Britney Spears choreographer in the early 2000s. He did all the major choreography from Britney Spears. I think he danced with Janet Jackson as well. Definitely, it had to be him. And also, I think the other one would be Luther Brown. He's a hip hop choreographer. He's now choreographing part of Cardi B World Tour. He's an OG as well. I think these two choreographers for me are, the epitome of being an amazing choreographer.
They're putting it together, expressions and everything.
Yeah, and they are the top of the industry, and they have been in the top of industry for 30 years, and they keep doing amazing work, and they work with the best artists in the world, and they have iconic videos that they made and everything. So I think definitely these two.
For me, when I talk with them, because I love art, I love music, music video, and for music video, I always feel like you have dancing in it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was younger, I didn't really think about it until I attended the school, and I was in the lunch line, and there was a little old guy. I didn't know who it was. We started to talk, and apparently it was Popping Pete.
Oh, I took class with him in Brazil. And I think in Brazil and here in Ireland. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, and from there when I just talked to him, and I went into some political talk. But how he expressed himself and how he talked, then I felt like, you know what? I want to interview more people about dancing and music and such. So it's very inspirational to have you as well, because now you're an OG here in Ireland.
Yeah.
So isn't that feeling good that you're also teaching new people? And when you're walking around, you're teaching, do you ever feel like they're gonna take in what you have been teaching, and you will be a name here in Ireland also for new inspirational people?
Yeah, I feel like I love that now I'm teaching kids as well. So I think now Ireland is waking up in the dancing. So I think in few years Ireland's gonna be huge in dancing, you know. So I always feel like my work as a teacher is to provide the space of these people in that moment in their life to get to reach to that level. And then if they want to keep dancing somewhere else, they want to stop dancing, or they feel like okay, I need to do something else, it's okay, because my work is already done with you. So now if you want to go to the next level, okay, you can go to the next level, or stay here and get more training with me or whatever. And also with the kids, it's also very important, because it's not the same when you start dancing at 27, 8, 30, or when you are dancing from 8 years old. So I'm making sure that these kids that I'm teaching in the few schools that I'm teaching here in Ireland, they get passionate about dancing. So and they respect the art of dancing. And even if they probably few of them will not continue dancing anymore, but at least they're gonna be people that, oh, I remember my teacher. He was a really, my dance teacher. He was really nice. So I always remember Adele that she had in a concert, and then they were talking about what is your teacher that you remember since you were a kid, and then she started talking about this dance teacher that she had when she was like 87-year-old, and that is stuck in my mind like, oh my God, I can't believe that Adele is talking about this teacher. Adele, yeah,
oh,
this in that concert. Yeah. One night with Adele in that concert. At some point they asked her about. And then they brought the teacher and she started crying, whatever. But it was the dance teacher that she loved so much, and it made like impact on her when she was a kid. And I feel like I after that, it's like, oh, I think that's the way I want my kids to remember me when they are older, even if they are not dancing anymore.
Yeah.
Because they are it's not dancing. But yeah, I like teaching kids, and I like to create new generations of dancers here. Yeah.
Do you have a specific expression move you could show for the people?
That would be weird, though. Signature move.
A signature move or an expression move?
I think everybody has I always talk about this with my students as well. There is always the teachers, they always have a signature move, which means you always gonna add this in a way or another in a choreo.
Yeah.
So if you see, for example, Paris Goebel choreography, you're gonna know it's her, because at some point, the way she moves, the way she creates choreos, you know it's her. Yeah. Brian Friedman, he has also. Luther Brown, even though they create different choreo, different vibe, but there is always something that that's a choreography from Brian Friedman, or that's Janice Marshall's choreography, because you know the way they move. So I think I have a couple of movements that I always use. I can tell you, Maybe the hip rolling. I
Hip
do that.
rolling.
Yeah, I do the hip roll in my choreos. Depend of the style though.
Yeah.
If it's more jazz funky, it's more like sexy. It's more like sharp movement. If it's more commercial hip hop, it's more bouncy. You know what I mean? So
You listen to the lyrics and then you know which one, or do you feel that like with the vibe within the beat?
yeah. So normally what I do, that process is very interesting because for me, I always have to listen to the song many times. And the song, so that's why I have problem when people are like, oh my God, you should choreograph this song. They send me the choreo, but I am already biased that you already send me the choreo. It's not that I come across the song and now I don't see in a more innocent way.
Yeah.
So what I feel like, okay, so I like the song. Okay, I like the song. So I start listening. And at some point okay, I like this, that's the part I want. And then at some point steps can start coming out of my head. I can get it, oh, I can put this here, I think I got to do. And then that's here, but now I have to translate in actual movement.
Yeah, that's another different story.
So I go with that in mind, and then I start working my way to the choreo. Sometimes I have to reorganize things because sometimes in my head looks away, and when I see in the mirror, it's like, oh, it's not looks as good as I think. So I have to, yeah, but generally what I do, my process is listen to the sound 10,000 times, steps start coming up in my head. Okay, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna jump in here. This give me a jump, this give me a roll, this give me a turn, this give me a hit, this give me a hit and a kick. So then after that, I start organizing the choreo and listen to the musicality as well. Okay, it's ta ta pa pa boom boom. Okay, how can I do these steps, this combo here? So it's a really fun process.
Like a cubic skill.
Literally like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't work, and then I have to deal back a little bit. And sometimes I'm dancing, I feel like, oh, it's too hard. Let me just step back, because that's the other thing that I want to try from now on. Don't put too many steps in one choreo. So give more breather to the choreography. So,
Like less is more.
yeah, because I feel sometimes I'm like boom, 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 boom. So, but sometimes I need to deal back. Okay, let me cut. Let me edit out this part. But yeah, that the process starts in my head, and then it goes down to my body creating. It's very fun.
And how do you do that? Incorporate in for if you feel like that, and you have your group, and you know that they're shy, they don't want to go out on stage. How do you do to support them up? You give them a little dance. You give them a speak.
I think no. I think the thing that work. I never had my students like very like, oh, I don't want to go on the stage, because there is a preparation prior to that you have to mentally in rehearsals and everything. You have to prepare them mentally. You cannot just rehearse and then they go to the stage and they are very petrified. Definitely, it's good to feel nervous before you dance, because otherwise, what are you doing this?
Yeah.
It had to be some sort of emotion, you have to see me when before I go into the stage. It's something here in my stomach, but that's what makes everything more exciting, because the moment that I don't feel anything before going on stage, I'm just gonna stop doing it.
Yeah.
But definitely, you have to be a mental preparation prior to that in rehearsals. So when they get to that stage, even though they are nervous, they say, you know what, let's go, we're gonna get it. So I never have had somebody like, oh, I'm not dancing, or I don't want to go on stage, because I already made sure that they are mentally prepared prior the actual show.
Yeah, nice. So you prepare it, mentally prepared, and everything.
Yeah, you have to prepare mentally and physically as well.
Yeah, and the crowd will notice it, and the others will notice it. I think that's really good.
Yeah, the crowd definitely gonna know when you are nervous, because again, what we talk about, we are kind of the medium between the music and the audience, right? So imagine that you have, how can I explain this? Imagine that you have you want to bring the energy from here and throw to Steph, but there is something in between that it doesn't allow to go to pass all the energy there. So When you are nervous, you can literally take the energy from the music, and when you spread it, doesn't translate the same way than when you are a person who is very confident. That's why you see people that they are just doing just single move, and then Michael Jackson, for example, that is the best example of Beyonce. They dancing, but they are so confident that they literally, how do you say, maximize the energy from the people. So,
Yeah, so everybody want to move around and they feel like it.
Yeah.
Even though they can't dance, but they feel like they're like,
it's all about energy. So I never allow my students to go on stage super nervous or insecure. I always make sure that they have. Definitely, we have a talk before dancing, like, to motivate them and stuff like that. So.
That's really good. And how would you, if you have a painting and you have a few colors, what would the painting of colors be for you when you express dancing and music?
When I spread dancing and music, I definitely, everything is gonna depend. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think I always talk about that every song is different.
Yep.
Every energy of the song is different. So, for example, if I'm dancing Latin music like reggaeton or salsa, I always paint in my head yellows and greens, and yeah, very strong yellows, very strong greens. Yeah. If I'm dancing, for example, jazz funk, which is mostly girls' voice, I always paint it in pink and red. So definitely depends of the choreography and the song that I'm dancing. So it's always gonna depend. And also I'm very emotional in every way. Sometimes I come with this very gangster choreo this week, and the next week, in 2 weeks time, I bring something more feminine. So depends also how I feel. So
But that's good, diversity.
Yeah, I see different color when depend of the song, depend of the song I'm dancing. Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, I see different colors definitely.
But that means that's why you're a great dancer, teacher, tutoring, because you have so much bubbling inside.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
Yeah, and I think that's really great,
Yeah.
especially during our time now when we have internet filming, we can post more and people can see expressions, and
Yeah.
they maybe know someone in Romania looking now. I want to go to Ireland, Dublin. Oh, he's here. He's dancing expression. I think that's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good to have the social media now in some way. It's good to project and to promote your talent.
Yeah.
Basically, now is the promotion is democratized. I don't know. It's more democratic because if you have a project and you have a talent, you can promote it, and I can promote it too. The only thing that I feel like right now is the new generations are more focused on let's take the video of the class rather than let's go training.
Yeah.
The best dance classes I ever been here in Dublin, they don't even have video of the class because they don't record class. They don't record videos in the classes because the focus is on training. I understand that sometimes I have to get the videos because I have to promote my classes.
Yeah.
But when everything is based on having the videos of the class, you lose a little bit of the magic of I'm going to training. Are you going to training, or do you want just to have video for social media?
Yeah.
And it's something that is happening right now everywhere, not only in Dublin, it's happening everywhere. So yeah, you have to, but it's part of the new generation as well. So something that you cannot control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a good learning for the older generation as well, and for the younger also to be in the moment. Don't always maybe post, even if it's for marketing.
Yeah.
But for you as a teacher and for the class when it's coming, it can be really good just to be in the room, be in the moment, very listen to the music and get into connection.
Yeah, because it loses a little bit the beauty of let's dance, let's keep the energy together. Because for example, sometimes when the teacher haven't say, oh, let's record now, sometimes you see people putting their phones, tripods and stuff like that. So me, that I'm very shy, and behind you, I don't want to be in your video. So now I'm gonna be in your video, and the teacher haven't even said, let's record it now. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to be more cautious about what you're gonna do in class because it's gonna affect the energy of the class and the energy of the other people as well. So,
I think that's very imperative for people.
yeah, because people is used to now to record everything, which is okay, but there has to be some sort of agreement of okay, now everybody can record. Now everybody's aware that now we are recording. It's not like you at the beginning of the class you're gonna start recording your process because now the person who is behind you probably doesn't want to look crazy, knowing the choreo. And now I'm stressed because there is this camera here. And then now I'm just, you have to be, there has to be a balance.
Yeah, communication is key.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels really good. And so, what would you say to yourself in the moment you're sitting now in, say, 7 years? What would you like to see yourself?
Oh, okay. Definitely, I would like to see myself teaching abroad, teaching everywhere. Teaching internationally, definitely, working around the world, teaching, definitely choreographing for a big artist. I think I can do that. And yeah, choreographing around the world, maybe having my own dance school, maybe not, having my own dance school, having my own dance school, teaching internationally, and choreographing a big world tour for one of the biggest artists in the industry. Definitely, for sure. Who knows? Maybe we are telling history right now here. Exactly. I say which day is today? Today, the 2nd of April 2026. Let's see in 7 years.
Let's see 7 years from now. Who knows? Who maybe not knows? I like it. And thank you so much for coming.
No, thank you for having me. I was a little nervous about, oh my God, but it was nice to have you to be here actually. For you guys to invite me. Yeah, it was nice. Thank you so much, and I hope this inspire everybody and people to dance, and and also for you guys to your project to keep growing, and to have other people also, other dancers, other choreographers, so they can see. And talk about their perspective about what it is to dance here in Ireland as well.
For me, I'm already inspired because I've been asking other people before and they say, yeah, we're gonna come, but they don't show up. And so for you to have been sitting here, being around.
Well, thank you so much.
Very much appreciated.
Thank you, Steph, as well.
Our cameraman.
Thank you.
So thank you guys, and I hope to see you around. Keep dancing and let's keep inspiring.